All right, everyone. Welcome to Foundations. I'm having a day. So this class is going to be awesome because last class was crazy. Crazy. All right. Welcome to class. I am Bree Morena de Santos. We're going to do a nice foundations class today. We're going to focus on some certain things. But to get started, let's start in Sukhasana, seated posture. So easy pose, pretzel pose, anything that feels comfy in a seat. All right. Taking a moment here, lovelies. Let's bring our hands, palms facing up. Let's let the hands just fall over the knees. Let's check in with the shoulders. Sometimes the shoulders want a bigger roll than we want them to have. So let's draw them behind our body. Let's let them float down. Feel your chest expanding from shoulder to shoulder. Feel the back of your body coming together. And just let your hands stay nice and grounded on top of the knees. Palms are facing up. We're going to take a moment here and we're just going to feel the palms. You might start to feel some tingling, some sensation. You might feel some urges to maybe, wiggle your fingers or rub the palms together. Just observe any of those sensations. And see if you can grow a little taller. You can feel your torso separating or stretching from crown to the ground. And as you inhale, start to imagine that you're inhaling through the right palm and exhaling out of the left. Inhaling into the right palm and exhaling out of the left palm. And maybe you can see a little rainbow from palm to palm, or there's some other visual that might be coming to the mind. Allow that to be there for you, whatever it is. Maybe you can feel the pulsation of one palm and then the other. And then take one more round. We're going to, on our next inhale our hands up overhead. And we're going to draw the palms together in our heart space. Take a moment as you tuck your chin into your body. And then we're going to place those hands over our knees again, palms facing up. This time you're going to inhale out of your left palm and exhale out of your right palm. Can you slow your breathing down just a notch? Allowing that inhale and exhale to become exaggerated as you envision the palms doing the breathing. One more round. And on your next inhale your hands up overhead. And exhale your palms together in your heart space, tucking your chin close to your body. Now start to rub the palms together and just feel that heat in between the hands. We're going to place those palms over our shoulders or behind our neck, wherever the reach makes most sense for you. And you're going to draw down. So just pressing pressure into your body from the palms of your hand. I want you to inhale, and as you inhale, you keep pressing your palms even deeper into your body. And as you exhale, you release that tension. So just take a few rounds here. Inhaling as you draw the palms into your neck or shoulders. Exhale as you release that energy. Slow down your breathing pattern. You might be moving a little quickly. It's like you're inhaling and you're breathing into the palms as your muscles rise and the palms move down the body. And as you exhale, it's a slow release. And just notice where this is showing up in your body. Maybe this is going all the way down to the tailbone, into the glutes, through the pelvis. Maybe not. And then taking one more round of breath here. And then exhale, release that tension. We're going to inhale our hands up overhead again. Eye gaze as follows. Stretch the body in both directions and exhale the hands back to your heart. This time we're going to tuck our chin into our body. We're going to offer ourselves gratitude. If it is in your practice to dedicate your practice, maybe you're working on something very particular in your life. Maybe you want to offer yourself a blessing or one to others. Please invite that into your sacred practice now. Bringing those hands one on top of the other, place them over your heart space. And as you inhale, press the palms into each other, into your heart. And as you exhale, release that tension. Taking a few rounds here. Yes, one more round. And for our final time, inhale the hands up like the sun rises. And exhale them to your heart. We're gonna lengthen those legs out in front of us. Option to keep those hands where they're at. Option to bring them down. Toes to your nose. Can you get a little taller from the waist up? Inhale the hands up, eye gazes follow. Exhale, slow hinge at the hips. If this starts to feel like too deep of a stretch, bend the knees. We're gonna let the hands fall to the mat. And as you slowly exhale, let the fingertips come up towards your hips. We're gonna add in some movement. Inhale the hands up, point your toes away from your nose. Exhale, fold, point the toes towards your nose. Nice and slow, you're not in a hurry. You're not looking to grab your toes, you're just looking to let the fingers sweep up by your side. As they come near your hips, inhale the hands up and point your toes. Imagine your body is like water and you're starting to get into a nice, gentle rhythm. You're not trying to move at my pace or your neighbor's. Your eye gazes might be soft off the tip of your nose or completely closed. And you're just enjoying this gentle movement of the body. Fingers rise, toes point away, fingers float to the earth, point the toes towards your nose. Let's take a few more rounds. Really invite the breath here. Inhale, fill the lungs up. Exhale, let it go. Woo! Yes. Two more at your own pace. And on your final one, yogis, we're going to have this nice, gentle forward fold. You're going to place your hands under your knees like you're giving yourself a hug. If that doesn't feel good, then you can just fold your body naturally. You're not reaching for anything. This is just letting gravity do its job. Just let your body sort of naturally collapse into itself. One more round of breath. And your hands are somewhere under the legs, under the knees. We're going to slowly start to roll our head up on top of the shoulders and bend the knees so that our feet are flat on the mat. Yes. Knees are hip distance apart. Take a moment here. Let's just wiggle from side to side, whatever that looks like for you. I was actually just inspired by Heather to do this. You were doing a wiggle, and I was like, yes, that looks good. We're gonna come back to center. We're gonna inhale, draw our heart to our knees, nose to the sky. Feel your shoulder blades come together. Exhale, tuck your chin, round your spine, lengthen your arms, feel your pelvis kind of tilting up and your navel coming in. Inhale, rise for that happy cow, smelling the roses. Exhale, tuck your chin, round your spine for your fraidy cat. And if you like, we can adding in some toe movement as we inhale, maybe curl your toes, spread your toes, lift your toes. Maybe as you exhale, you kind of maybe wiggle your toes or point your toes into the earth, like they're grounding into some sand. Just get a little bit of movement here. Let's take 2 more rounds. And then we're gonna come back to a nice neutral spine, taking our time. Last round. And when you find that neutral spine, we're gonna lengthen our hands out, palms facing up. Yeah. Take a moment, just feel the sensation of your palms here. And then we're gonna shift our weight back. Inhale, shift your weight up. Hands are gonna come up. You're gonna get a little rotation in your shoulders. Exhale, palms facing forward. Yes. Inhale, rise. Palms are gonna face each other. Lift your heart. Exhale. You can have a wider stance here if that feels good. It might feel even better. So you can kind of just lift up, let the belly float in between the legs. And exhale. Let's take 1 more, lovelies. Inhale, rise. And exhale. Woo. Yes. Go ahead and bring your hands back under. Let's go ahead and wrap and give ourselves a hug or whatever that looks like for you. Hands can go wherever you like. Try to stretch the back of your body here. So hug yourself in a way that you can feel that separation happening through your back. And then we're going to draw the bottoms of the feet together. Hands are going to be on the ankles or shins somewhere. You can be in a diamond or you can draw those heels as close to your pelvis as you like. Maybe wiggling those little butterflies, those wings. That feels good. Or even you can get a little movement if that feels okay. From here, my dears, we're going to draw our shoulders into our ears, float them behind our back. You're going to feel that expansion again. You're going to feel the blades come together. You're going to feel your navel or core engagement here. Now, what we don't want to do is stick our chest out to where we have that flexion in the lumbar spine. So we want everything to be neutral, and you might just need to check in with your body, see what that feels like. And then when you're ready, tuck your chin towards your chest, draw your shoulders down behind you. A little gentle stretch in the side of the neck. And then now we're gonna really relax. So go ahead and relax through your body. Let your spine get some flexion, a little rounding happening. Your tailbone tucking, your pelvis lifting. You're holding onto your legs so that you can hold this posture. And then we're going to start to draw the toes or the nose actually toward the toes. Even if that means you're just doing a little bit of a hinging at the hip, a little bit folding forward, kind of like a clamp. You don't have to go all the way down. Find your breath here. That's right. And then we're going to slowly start to rise. Yes. We're going to bring our knees together and come over into all 4. And we're going to find that lovely stretchy kitty cat. So bring your hands out in front of you, melt your heart to the mat, stick your tail out behind you, invite any natural, normal flexion of your body. If you want to rock from side to side, you can do that here. You can just walk your fingers further away from your nose, whatever feels good. And then we're going to slowly roll up. We're going to come right into mad cat. So tuck your chin around your spine. I like to come up on my fingertips just so I can get even deeper, but I have really long arms, so that could be why. You can use your block here if you want to get deeper into that spinal flexion. We're going to come into that nice neutralized spine here, my dear. So find yourself back to tabletop. Go ahead and wag your puppy tail. So bring your ear to shoulder on each side. Yes. And now we're going to walk our hands over to the right, which might feel a little different than what we normally do in class. Just going to walk your hands over. You're kind of in that tabletop still. Eye gazes can kind of go over that right shoulder. If you like, just kind of getting a little stretch in that left side of your neck. Maybe drawing that left shoulder down a little bit or just wiggling it. And then exhale, bring yourself center. Take a deep inhale in the center. Exhale, walk your hands over to the left. Eye gazes can go over to the left here, drawing that right shoulder down a bit. If anything feels too awkward, then just make those minor adjustments. A nice gentle twist. Exhale, center. We're gonna step that right foot back and we're gonna walk our hands forward. So we're gonna kind of melt our heart down as we sink towards our left thigh. You're gonna feel that right toe tucking, that right heel lifted, but reaching back. And this is a little bit of a balance challenge. If you need your blocks or drop your forearms or even keep your hands closer to your knee, you can do that as well. We're gonna come through those back toes, shift your weight forward, and then slowly come into that little bit of that still on a rock. So drawing both knees down, just a little gentle movement here. And then tail to heels for a nice stretchy child's pose or kitty cat. We're gonna bring our hands under our shoulders, tabletop, walk your hands back towards your knees, take your time. Lengthen your left leg. And then once you tuck those toes, walk your hands forward again as you melt your heart to the mat and you feel that heel try to ground. Again, this is a bit of a balance challenge. You can always have a blanket under that knee. Don't forget to support your knees if you need to. And then shifting through those toes, we're gonna come forward and then we're gonna drop those knees together. So we're gonna find ourselves back into that little sill on a rock and then exhale our tail to our heels. We're gonna slowly roll up. We're gonna be seated on our heels here. We're gonna inhale the hands up. Exhale, cactus arms, lift the heart, draw the blades together. Inhale, rise, exhale the hands to the heart, tuck the chin into the body. Bring your hands to the mat, back to tabletop. Tuck the toes and hover the knees. If this is too much for you today, stay in tabletop. Find your breath. We're just engaging our core. Drop the knees, flatten the feet. We're gonna bring that right foot in between the thumbs. Great place to have your blocks here. Slide that opposite leg out behind you, tuck the toe and lift the knee. Blocks can be on any level or your hands can be on the mat or hovering as well. Find your breath. We're just gonna hold this pose. We're not doing anything in particular. If anything, we're just warming up the muscles in the legs. You're gonna stay holding. I'm gonna check on the AC. Find your breath here. Feel the back toes tucked into the earth here. And really feel that energy. Well, it smells good right here. Ooh, good shampoo or something. All right. If you knew my 9:30 class, you would appreciate that. We're gonna step the back foot forward. I love how everyone got that. It wasn't here. Go ahead and pedal it out. It was a little bit of a zoo. Literally. We're in this nice forward fold. You're pedaling out, you're wiggling your hips, you're shaking your head, you're releasing your shoulders and your jaw. You're still noticing your breath, but we're gonna add in that core engagement here. So we wanna feel that feeling as if we're drawing our navel into our body towards our spine. You're gonna find your feet, you're gonna keep that engagement. So the core is tight. This isn't about the belly, right? Your belly might present a certain way, but the core deeper within the body is nice and engaged. Supporting the back of the body as we slowly roll up. You're gonna keep your chin tucked into your body until your head floats all the way on top of your shoulders. And then once you arrive, you're gonna inhale the hands up. We're gonna exhale into those cactus arms. Lift your heart, draw your blades together. Press through the bottoms of your feet as you inhale, rise. Exhale your hands to your heart. Now here's the important part. You're gonna hinge at the hips as you fold forward. You can bend your knees whenever you need to. You're gonna feel a lot of weight in your heels so that you're inviting that stretch in the back of your legs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, bend the knees. We're gonna step back into a gentle plank. So take your time. Drop your knees, flatten your feet, lift your nose, back to that little sill on a rock. Exhale back into your child's pose. So tail to heels, and let's take a little pause here. Let your head come down. If you want to separate your knees and let your chest and belly fall between your legs, please do that. Maybe your forehead gets a gentle massage if that feels good here. Yes. Taking another really deep round of breath. Feel it in the back, sides, and front of your body. Your belly expands, your sides, and your back. Oh, naughty girl. And then we're gonna come back into tabletop, my dears. Left one's gonna come in between the thumb. Again, blocks are your BFFs. Go ahead and tuck the toes, slip that knee and slide that leg behind you. We're just holding the pose. You're not doing anything. If anything, you are making sure your crown of your head's in line with the heel of your foot. Your eye gazes are down towards the mat. The nape of your neck is in line with your tailbone. Maybe you're lifting through that thigh or through those hips, just starting to feel that tension accumulating in the body, but trying to breathe and engage your core to help stabilize the pose. One more round of breath. And as you exhale, that back foot's gonna reach forward for forward fold. Pedal it out. Keep your blocks if you're utilizing them. Feel free to dangle your fingers all the way to the mat if you like. Move your hips, shake things out, shake your head, release your jaw. In yoga, we like to kind of oscillate between holding poses, staying super still with our body, but not our breath. And then moving around, letting things go, releasing that tension. So not trying to do one thing throughout our practice, but trying to create this nice balance. We're gonna bend our knees, draw the navel to spine, engage the core, tuck the chin into your chest, slowly rise. Your head will be the last thing to float on top of your shoulders. Inhale the hands up into the sky. Exhale, cactus arms. Release that tension, open the heart. Inhale up. Let's take two more. Exhale, let it go. Maybe some audible exhales on this last one. Yes, inhale, run. Exhale, hands to your heart. Look for that hinge at the hips. Shift your weight into your heels. This is going to make it a little bit more challenging. Bend your knees whenever you need to. Use your blocks to help support your knees. As you dangle forward, inhale, lift halfway, let your fingers graze all the way up your shins to your knees. Exhale, fold forward. We're gonna bend at the knees, hands placed onto the earth. Step into that gentle plank. Now, option to hold your plank, option to drop one or two knees. We are gonna be in a plank, so it's your variation of plank you wanna be in here. Spread your fingers, let your palms ground into the mat and support you. Yes, 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 love. One more round of breath if we have it in us. Woo! All right, drop the knees. Notice I didn't do it. Inhale your nose up. Exhale back to child's pose. I gotta take my benefits where I can find them. Great work, everyone. Spines were nice and neutral. That's what we're looking for here. Take a moment. This pose can be as restorative and relaxing as you'd like. Maybe there's blankets and forehead or blocks over foreheads. Maybe this is an active pose for you, where you're really stretching in the pose. You're trying to encourage your glutes to ground toward your heel. Check in with yourself. What do you need in your child's pose? Now, once you find the perfect balasana, take a moment here. You are in a bowing position, so feel free to have gratitude. What in your life is going just right? What in your life would you never change for a thing? Who in your life helps you realize the purpose of living? Take this moment. And then seal in all of these wonderful thoughts of love and gratitude and appreciation with 3 rounds of breath. Opening the mouth and just letting go all of that wonderful prana, sharing it around the space. Trusting that that prana is energy that supersedes anything negative. And just fill our bubble up, our shala, with all of that energy. If you're practicing at home, filling your sacred spaces up with all of that wonderful energy. I had a teacher once tell me, like, exhale all the things you want to share with others and just let it go and release it out of your mouth and out of your soul. And for the stuff that you're like, I don't really want that out there, just imagine that Mother Earth takes it, right? So you can use that maybe in your homes. Try to keep that energy nice and good. One more round of breath, lovelies. We're going to come onto all four yet again. This time we're going to play with some grounding balance. As we take that right foot behind us, making sure your hands are right under your shoulders, your fingers are spread, and your palms are pressing deeply into the mat here. Stretching that right foot behind you. We're just going to feel ourselves in this pose. We're not trying to do anything in particular yet. Eye gazes are right off the tip of the nose. Your nape of your neck's in line with your tailbone. You are almost in the perfect plank. All you would do is lift that opposite leg and you'd be in plank, but we're going to keep that left knee down. Shifting our weight into that right hand, left hand comes forward. Eye gazes do not follow. Keeping that perfect plank here. And then slowly lift that back heel up off of the mat in line with your spine. Fingertips to toes are perfectly in line. Maybe fingertips to heel makes more sense. Pressing the mat away from you, you're noticing that this is quite the strength-based pose. Your core was engaged and we didn't even need to tell it. One more round of breath, we've got this. Woo! Go ahead and drop your limbs to the mat and wag your puppy tail. Maybe walk your hands out in front of you, maybe tent your palms off of the mat, coming into the fingertips, maybe coming into a nice stretchy kitty cat, whatever feels good. Release any tension from your wrists and your body. We're just gonna gently take that on the other side. We're gonna come back to tabletop. So take a moment, find your table. Eye gaze is down off the tip of your nose. Everything's in line. Stretch out that opposite leg and tuck those toes. You're in the perfect plank here. Don't anticipate your next movement. Be present here. Notice what the jaw and shoulders are doing. Your muscles might be twitching, waiting for the next thing. See if you can calm and be present in this pose in your perfect plank. We will shift our weight into that left hand. Right hand will reach forward, but your eyes will stay grounded. Starting to slowly lift and raise that heel off of the mat in line with your spine. Fingertips to heel here. Your core is already naturally engaged. You're feeling that pressure happening in that standing arm. Stay with it. Find another round of breath. Woo! Release and let it go. Go ahead and move your body intuitively. Yes. Allowing all the muscles around the spine to now be activated. We're going to get into a little gentle flow. A lot of movement. Yes. Coming back to a standstill, option to tuck the toes and hover the knees, option to hold your tabletop, which are both challenging. Find your breath. Wherever you are, if you're in tabletop or hover your knees, tuck your toes and lift your tail, downward facing dog. Pedal out your dog. Move your body intuitively here. We're going to get into a nice gentle flow, so just trust your body. If at any point I say something that doesn't resonate with what your body needs today, take the alternate route, which is your choice. Do whatever you like. From here, we're going to walk the toes to meet the hands. We're going to bend the knees, and we're going to engage the core and slowly rise. Taking all the time in the world. Inhaling the hands up overhead. Exhale, heart opener, baby back bend. Feel your pelvis shifting forward. Inhale, rise through the bottoms of your feet. Exhale, your hands to your heart space, hinging at the hips. Stick your tail out behind you. Shift your weight into your heels. Bend your knees whenever you need to. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, reverse sweep it up like the sun rises. Exhale, heart opener, baby back bend. Inhale, use your core, press to the bottoms of your feet. Exhale, your hands to your heart. Yes, we're gonna step that right foot back. You're gonna shift your weight all the way into that heel. If that feels too tight for you, your stance can be closer. Yeah. Now your hips are facing forward, knees are forward, toes are ideally forward. Inhale the hands up. IKZs can follow, that's gonna make it a balance challenge. Exhale, hinge at the hips. You're gonna feel that stretch in the back of the legs. Option to stop halfway and bring your hands to your heart. Option to take your hands to the mat or your blocks. You can also rest your hands right on your leg. Find your breath, bend your knees if you need to. Your blocks will help you have lengthened legs, which is ideal, but also if you still need to bend your knees, honor that. You're in this nice pyramid pose. Your hips are going to want to stack on top of each other. So just take a moment and see if you can encourage that top hip and that bottom hip to square off instead of stack. It's a subtle adjustment. Don't overthink it. Find your breath. This is quite the balance challenge. Wherever you are, we're going to bring the hands to the mat or blocks. We're going to bend that front knee. We're going to make this a little bit more challenging as we shift our weight into that front leg and we draw that back leg up behind us. That leg doesn't have to go in a full split. If you want to take those toes to the sky, honor that. You can also just draw that heel in line with your tailbone as you're in this like L. One more round of breath, and I'm taking the L, but I mean it in a good way. We're going to drop that foot to the earth, forward fold, Uttanasana, pedal it out, let go of any tension you just stirred up in your body. We're going to bend our knees and drop our heels. We're going to engage the core and slowly rise. Now we want to engage our core whenever we can in yoga, but there's definitely times where you'll hear your teacher cue outside of that, not as perfect. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, cactus arms, heart opener, baby back there. Yes, 2 more tries. Really letting it go. Ah, yes, one last. Woo. And as you rise, hands to your heart. Tuck your chin into your body. Release your glutes. Take a moment of pause. Re-engage with your dedications, intentions, or just gratitude. That's right. Taking one more round of breath here. We're going to step that left foot back. Again, just checking in with your body, noticing if you have any inconsistencies. Everything's sort of forward facing naturally. Inhale the hands up. If your eyes follow, this becomes a balance challenge. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Shift your weight into that back standing leg. Bending a knee if you need to. Hands will come all the way down or to your heart or on top of your leg. Please use your blocks here on the highest tower to help this pose be more accessible for you. And notice if your hips are trying to stack or you're drawing like the right hip back behind you or something is happening. We want to kind of square them off. This is also nicer on the knees. Notice your shoulders and jaw. See if you can shift your weight into those heels a little bit more. Lots going on. One more round of breath here. Hands are going to come to the earth as you bend that front knee. Shifting your weight into that front standing leg, you're going to raise that opposite leg behind you. It can come in line with your spine as you lengthen that standing leg. If you want to turn this into a full split, you can take those toes all the way to the ceiling. Hands can be on your blocks. You can also keep a nice bend in that front leg and keep those back toes closer to the mat. One more round of breath if we have it in us. We're going to drop that back foot to meet its BFF, Uttanasana, forward fold. Pedal it out. Yes. We're going to bend those knees, engage the core, slowly rise. Remember, you're not in a hurry here. You can always place your hands behind your neck too if you feel like this is just too much on the body. Inhale the hands up. Let's take those 3 rounds of back bends. Maybe they become a little deeper than they've been. Take your time. Maybe some audible exhales. Your nervous system will be so confused. Yes. Fill those lungs on that inhale. Woo! On this last one, hands to your heart. Hands will float all the way to the mat as you hinge at the hips. Shifting your weight into your heels, sticking your tail out behind you as you fold forward. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to the mat, stepping into a plank. Again, remember, when you drop a knee, you're still in a perfect plank. If you drop 2 knees, you're still in a perfect plank. Spread those fingers, press the palms into the mat. Let your weight shift. Let your shoulders, back, and core do the plank. One more round of breath if we have it. Woo! And drop the knees, flatten the feet, lift the nose. Draw the shoulder blades together. Child's pose. Relax, reground, and regroup. Take a pause here, my dears. Yes. Wonderful. This is a great time to connect with your breath. Inhaling so you can feel your entire body expand, front, back, sides. Exhale, you allow yourself to feel like you're just sinking deeper into the earth. And once you have that gentle physical connection with the mind, go ahead and invite those moments where you're just in appreciation. Anytime you're taking a bow, anytime your hands are in prayer center, those can become mental cues to offer yourself some love, gratitude, send a blessing out. It can be a spiritual moment. That's right. Taking another really intentional round of breath here. We're going to come back to tabletop, my dears. We're going to bring that right foot in between the thumbs again. We're going to lengthen that back leg, tuck the toe, and lift the knee. We're going to drop that back foot down 90 degrees. So just take a moment. You can kind of look behind you. You can see that foot come down behind you. And then pressing into that front foot, you're going to come into that warrior 2. Now take a moment here. Flip your palms up to the sky. Release your shoulders and then flip them back. Yes. You're going to hang out here and you're going to notice what you need. So you can stay high up on that thigh. You're going to feel yourself rising from the navel up. Some of you are going to love to get into that hip flexor. So as long as we just stretch those legs further apart, we can sink deeper. Or you can oscillate in between the two for your body. Yeah. The back edge of that back foot is really grounded here. We're really just allowing the eye gaze to go off the tip of the nose through that middle finger. Fingers can be spread or glued. That back arm is trying to stay lifted, trying to keep its strength. Taking another round of breath. And just feel the strength you've cultivated in your body. And as you exhale, you're going to go into that reverse warrior, and it's just going to feel like you are taking a rest, right? All of a sudden, it just feels so restorative, so relaxing. And that's what we want. We want that feeling of going back and forth between really engaging our power and then letting it go, knowing when to use it, knowing when we don't need it. One more round of breath here. And then as we exhale, come back to warrior 2. Take a pause, acknowledge your warrior. And then we're going to come into side angle. Front arm's going to rest on top of the thigh, opposite arm into the sky. If you like this hand that's floating up towards the ceiling, go way overhead, creating that little side body stretch. I like to press my arm into my inner thigh, twisting my heart up closer to the sky. And I get a little twist in my spine here. You can also just keep it nice and neutral. One more round of breath. Eyes to the mat. Press up, come into warrior two. Take a pause, acknowledge your warrior, and then windmill down. Take your time. You're back in that low lunge. Step into your plank. Drop your knees, flatten your feet, lift your nose. Child's pose. Yes. Try to take a pause so that you can feel the separation of the poses. Like know when you're passing back to a pose, taking that moment, experiencing the pose in your body, even if it's just for a beat. Yes. Check it in with your body here. What do you need? Do you need a particular stretch or movement? Do you need to do a cat-cow, a side body twist, puppy dog? What do you need here? Take a few moments, check in with yourself. That's right. We'll do our warriors on the other side here in a moment, but before we do, just check in. If you're feeling spunky and this turns into a headstand, don't let me stop you, Julie. And she went right into it because I know her soul. Whatever you need, right? That's what we want from our practice. We want some guidance, but we definitely want some of our own movements to show up here and there intuitively. When you're ready, if you're upside down, enjoy your life. See life from a new space, new point of view. Let us know what you think. For the rest of us, we're going to come back to tabletop, my dears. We're going to take that left foot in between the thumbs, slide our leg, tuck the toe, lift the knee. Take a moment here. We're not in a hurry. And then drop that back foot down 90 degrees. Remember, that's that gentle rotation through the hip and that knee. So we want to do it with intention. Pressing through that front foot, we're going to rise using all our power to come into that warrior two. I like to bring my palms up, release that tension in the shoulders. Woo, yes, Peter. And then bring it back. You were feeling it. We like it. And then again, do you want to be high up on that thigh? Do you want to engage the core? Do you want to be deep into that hip? Like, what do you want, right? And you might get there and be like, nope. But you can reconfigure your body, right? You can check things out. And of course, as Heather's doing, I like to also do that, like stretchy bendies. And then eventually we settle, right? Because what we don't want to do is like the monkey mind takes over the body. We're just fidgeting in the pose. We want to settle into the pose. We don't feel our bodies in the pose, but we do want to eventually experience that static hold. Yes. So stay checking in here. Yeah. Notice how the pose starts to become challenging. Different parts of the body start to have new conversations. Other parts start to talk and they never talk. And that is right at the edge. That's where we want to get to. Now, if you're practicing at home by yourself, you want to take yourself to that place where you're like, ugh, right? Like, I'm almost done with this. And then reverse it. Ah, yes, I love it. Take your eyes wherever the neck wants to go. I like to take my eyes behind me towards the back of my mat, just to release that tension, but do whatever feels good for you. Keep holding the pose from the navel down. Nothing has changed. But now your posture, your spine, your body is getting a little bit of a restorative. Find your breath. Yes. On your next exhale, find that warrior two. Take a pause. You're not in a hurry. And then that side angle. Top arm rest upon the thigh. Opposite arm in the sky, maybe overhead. Maybe you take a twist. In your deeper expressions, these become binds and other poses as well. That back edge of that back foot is still grounded. It hasn't probably moved at all. That's right. One more round of breath. Wherever you are, your eyes go to the earth, pressing into that front foot, come back to warrior two. Take a beat, feel the pose, and then windmill down. Sometimes windmilling down is a balance challenge in and of itself. Find that low lunge, find that plank. This time push right into down dog. Pedal it out, shake your hips, release any tension. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head from side to side. We're gonna walk our hands to meet our feet, so towards the back of the mat. Bend the knees, engage the core, slowly rise. We're going to inhale the hands into the air. Exhale, heart opener or deeper back bend. Inhale, rise. Exhale, your hands to your heart. Yes, we're gonna step that right foot forward and we're gonna turn towards the left. I'm gonna change the camera view. You're forward facing now towards the side wall, towards the side of your mat. That's right. Your feet are diagonal towards the edges of your mat. Yes. And we're just gonna bend that right knee. You're gonna shift your weight towards that right side and then press through that bottoms of your foot and then shift to the left and press up. Let's do it one more time. Now we got the hang of it. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to center, we're gonna inhale our hands up overhead and we're gonna separate our palms like stars. Now everything's in nice order here. Yes. Do you feel like a star? Yeah. Okay, are those all no's? What's happening? We're gonna bend at the lens. And we're gonna inhale, lengthen and stretch. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. Last time, exhale, woo, and settle in. Bring your hands to your heart and press the palms together. Yes. Now you're gonna be inclined to stick your tail out way behind you like a happy little duck who's a sumo squat wrestler. Instead, lift your pelvis, allow your glutes to engage. You're gonna feel a little tucking. You're gonna feel your tailbone sort of just coming down towards the mat. So it's gonna feel very different, but it's also gonna feel very challenging. Now, you shouldn't feel this in your knees. If you do, we want a better turnout in those hips here. One more round of breath. And now you're gonna feel what you want. You're gonna bring your hands on the legs and you're gonna stick your tail out like that sumo squat wrestler. Notice that difference. Woo, that felt good. Go ahead and rock from side to side. Take your eye gazes down. Release any tension in the back of your neck. We're gonna come back to center. You're gonna press into that right side as you take or press into your left side as you take your eyes over that right shoulder. So press your palms into your left inner thigh and just inviting that deeper stretch. Look for an exhale and then take it to the other side. Yes, 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 feels good. Exhale, center. Hands to the mat, tail to the sky, heel toe all the way in. We're gonna take a nice tree pose. For more advanced yogis or teachers in the room, you can do a half lotus, maybe even half lotus bind. Start to bring your navel to spine as you slowly rise. Inhale the hands into the air. And I shouldn't say just my teachers, anyone who has more of an advanced practice, hands to the heart. We're gonna bring our hands down to our hips for a little stability. We're gonna start on that harder side for most of us. So shifting our weight into that left foot, but you're not gonna stick your left hip out. You're just gonna shift your weight into that foot. The opposite foot's gonna kickstand, knees gonna face forward. This can be your practice here. You can also start to open that door, as I call it, and come into that nice little tree. You can keep both feet grounded here. If this is your practice today, honor that. If you like, you can bring your foot up on your ankle. This can be your practice balancing on one leg. Again, check in with that hip, make sure you're nice and lifted. Maybe your hands come to heart. Maybe you grow your branches. If you want to keep this party going, that foot can come on the inner thigh, pressing into the foot and the foot into the thigh. If you like, you can take that half lotus. A little bit more challenging on that knee, a little bit more of an external rotation through the pelvis, and you can grow your branches. Any variation that's in your practice today, feel free to step off of your mat and use a wall even. Or you can just feel that balancing in between both both feet, right? Keep in mind, most people cannot balance past like a couple of seconds of that. So this is one of those great things to practice at home while you're brushing your teeth or making your cup of tea. Just see, can we balance on one foot? Can I start to balance safely on one foot? This is one of those functional practices. Yes. One more round of breath. I'm leaving you here forever. And then slowly come out of it, pedal it out. Yeah. All right, my dears, before we do the other side, let's inhale the hands up. This time we're gonna do the slowest reverse swan dive, hinging at those hips. As you exhale, nice and slow, fingers are going through honey. Take it slow. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. The sun is rising nice and slow as your hands float through space. You're not in a hurry. Take all that lovely energy, create a bubble around your body. Take a little heart opener, baby back bend on your exhale. Inhale, use your core. Exhale, your hands to your heart. Take a pause, tuck your chin. Relax your jaw and your glutes. Send yourself some love. Listen to the messages your body sends you. I did a yoga practice Monday and my body was screaming at me. So, but then by yesterday, my body was happy again. So listen to your body. Maybe it needs something. Maybe it needs less of something. We're gonna bring our hands to our hips. We're gonna shift our weight into that right standing leg and kickstand the left. Again, opening up that door, getting into that hip flexor. This can end the practice here and you can grow your tree branches. You can keep lifting that leg into one foot, coming all the way into the inner thigh, or even coming into that half lotus. Now, for those of you who like half lotus but don't find the balance to be something you're comfortable with yet, you can hold that bind, right? That's not cheating. So you can keep that hand holding that leg up if you want to give that a whirl. Otherwise, whenever you're ready, find your balance from the root to rise. Grow your branches when you feel balanced. If it's windy on your mat, welcome to Nueve Mexico. It's fine. Windy here. Breathe. The goal of the pose is, can we be present in the pose? Even if it's just for a second. Yeah. Yes. That's right. One more round, lovelies. Exhale, let go. Release. Pedal it out. Awesome. Love, love, love. Inhale the hands into the air. Exhale the slowest swan dive down. Lovely. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. We're gonna bend the knees. We're gonna come all the way down into a yogi ball. Take a moment here in your yogi ball. Tuck your chin. Maybe round your spine. If you want a little balance challenge, you can come higher up on the tippy toes, lifting those heels a little higher, engaging your core a little more. You can also come into the tippy fingers. Maybe just the index fingers are on the earth. Maybe you wrap one hand. Maybe you wrap the other. Maybe you even close your eyes. Just breathe into your little yogi ball. One more round of breath. We're going to slowly begin to swivel to the front of our mat. Crisscross applesauce. You're going to find yourself seated. Take your time. Legs are going to come out in front of you. And we're going to do a nice functional roll down. If at any time this doesn't feel good for your body, then you're just going to drop your hands to the mat. So from here, hands to the heart. Your toes are going to eventually point away from your nose here. We're going to tuck our chin into our body. You're going to feel your navel to spine. We're going to slowly start to roll back. If this becomes too scary for the body today, just drop your hands. You're gonna keep going down. It's gonna start to feel really nerve-wracking at some point. And you will slowly take your body to the mat, hands overhead, toes pointing in the opposite direction for a happy Saturday stretch. Woo, we did it. Great way to start the weekend. Draw the knees into your body, lovelies. Squeeze your knees into your chest. We're gonna bring the feet to the mat. Knees to the sky. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, drop your knees to one side. Whenever you're ready, you take your next inhale, the knees will float up, and you will exhale them to the other side. And you will just move back and forth. Now we do a lot of breathing in yoga, more than we realize. We really do dehydrate our muscles. So make sure you stay hydrated, especially those electrolytes. You might notice if you're feeling any cramping or tension in the muscles, or they're doing little spasms. Just check in with your electrolytes, get some in. Make a world of a difference. Yoga is like that deep tissue massage. It's like it creeps up on you. Taking a few more rounds of these slow windshield wipers. We're going to come back to center. We're going to cross that left leg over the right. Option to thread your hands through and capture that knee, drawing the legs towards your chest, getting into that hip flexor. Option to lengthen that bottom leg towards the sky for a nice little pigeon. Or if this doesn't feel good at all, I sometimes like to cross one leg completely over the other and then just grab my knees and draw them towards my body. You can also choose happy baby instead, or even bring the bottoms of your feet together down to the mat and just let your knees splay out naturally to the side. So any hip opener, whether it's super active or gentle and passive, we're just going to add that into our practice here. Really exhaling into the stretch. So as you draw the knees closer to your body, that's where the exhale happens. Notice if your neck or jaw's crunching, you might need to lift your head and lengthen your neck and then draw your head back to the mat. Let's take 3 more intentional rounds of breath. And when you're ready, an exhale will release you out of the pose. Take a pause, see what you need. Maybe the knees come back into the body, maybe some windshield wipers, whatever you need to release any tension you just caused. And then when you're ready, you're going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side. Take a couple of nice, gentle rounds of breath as you make your way into your pose. And then find those intentional exhalations as you draw the body close together as you get into that hip. And perhaps finding one more round of breath here. And then slowly releasing your body out of the pose, maybe bringing your knees into your body. And if you want a slow descent into Savasana, I like to stretch my limbs in both directions, really slowly taking the arms and legs off of the mat like I'm a little canoe. And And then as I settle my body down into that final rest, it just feels so much more relaxing. So allow yourself to be present here. I'm going to take a couple of additional minutes of our class to find some rest. Hmm. Hmm. I'm beginning to breathe life into your body, wiggling your toes, your fingers. If it feels good, rolling over onto one side, drawing your knees close to your chest. Taking another grounding posture. And with your eyes soft and your body as light as a feather, allow yourself to float up to a seat. Take your time. Bringing your hands over your knees, palms facing up. Take a moment and allow this to symbolize being open, open to receive. Trusting that you have created prana in your life that only accepts the things that are meant for you. Even if those things are lessened, trusting the process, trusting yourself. Taking this moment to just honor your life, mind, body, and spirit. And may we bring those hands one on top of the other over the heart space, sending love to ourselves and those around us. May the love and light that we share within ourselves show outward May we share that energy with each other and those in our community. And may we all go in peace. Shanti Om. Namaste. Yay. Thank you, everyone, for being here and online.
Thank you. That was great.
See you all. Mwah, mwah, mwah. See you all super soon. Bye.